I used to think asking for help made me look weak, but now I'm realizing that is one of the bravest things I can do. Listen, asking for help does not make you look weak. It is one of the bravest things that you can do. And if anyone is hyper independent, that would be me. Okay? And hyper independence, that's not strength. That's not being strong. Let's not deceive ourselves. Let's not follow this social media independent strong woman. No. Hyper independence is survival. Let's be honest and let's be for real here. And survival is not living. Survival is not living. If you want to survive, maybe go on survival. Okay? Eat up Jeff Probst or something. That's not living. And I'm ready to talk about that today. Let's address this. Before I talk about where everything stemmed from, I want you to identify hyper independence. And this is what it looks like for me personally. And, comment down below if this is you as well. In my family in general, I've always been the strong one in my family, and especially being the first child. If you're the first child, the first girl, you feel like all the weight of this world is on your shoulder. You feel like you have to bear all the responsibility. And coming in here, living with my siblings, I felt like a lot of this responsibility was on me. Of course, it was me and my siblings for a long time after my dad passed. So I'm not gonna lie, it was a whole lot to deal with. And life threw a lot at me at some point. Living with guilt, I don't sorry living with guilt and resentment is so much, and having to take up that role as the breadwinner at some point, it was a lot. Okay? And I became totally lost. And yeah, I would say that's the first sign, just being the strong one in your family, being like, oh, you have to be perfect. Everyone has to look at you to take, or look to you to take the lead or to take ownership of everything. You feel like everyone is watching you, and maybe sometimes they are, but you don't always have to be strong. Okay, sometimes it's okay to let them know you're not okay. Everything is not going fine. You're a little tired now, or it's too much for you to bear. All right? And another thing is, at some point, I was feeling like, oh, being independent is my superpower. There's nothing I want to get for myself that I can't afford. So there's nothing a guy wants to give to me that I can't afford. So nobody mattered to me. It was like, but I was scared. I'm not gonna lie. For a long time, I was single. I still kind of am. And I'm realizing now that this is out of fear of being heartbroken, fear of being left alone, fear of rejection in a way, fear of loss. Yeah, sometimes you feel like you have it all together. You feel like you can do everything by yourself. You feel like you're strong, or you're going to the gym now, you've got a little muscle. You feel like nobody has anything on you. Can't nobody tell you nothing. But you go to bed sometimes, you don't even have a friend group. And sometimes people are, posting on social media. I see a lot of posts sometimes saying, oh, being alone or being lonely is the best thing that's ever happened to them. I honestly don't understand how that can be working for some people, but I've tried it, and let's be honest, there are lots of lies behind such posts, because loneliness kills. I'm just being honest here. Don't be deceived. It's okay to say you're lonely, and it's okay to say it's killing you inside of you and you're scared. But yeah, sometimes you using independence as your strength and as your superpower is just hiding behind that fear. You know you're scared, and it's okay to admit it. Okay. Another thing is, I was also afraid to look weak. I don't want to be judged by anybody. Um, she's always having to call and ask for help. She's always having to beg for something. You know, girls like to talk. People like to talk. If you're always the needy one, people will talk at some point. And when they see you coming, well, at least that's the perception that I have, that people would always feel, okay, what now? But let's be honest, there's got to be one person in your corner that would not look at you that way, that would always extend open arms to you when you're in need, and would not judge you and would not use it against you. That's another thing. I always feel like when someone helps me, they're gonna go around and spread that news to all other friends, or to friends of friends of friends. And sometimes, it has happened before. So who's to say it can't happen again? So yes, of course, I'm not gonna go to people and ask for help because they're gonna use it against me. And I'm thinking this way. And because of that, I definitely would have this wall up, would definitely not ask for help when I'm dying inside of me. And some people think it's pride, but no, I'm scared. I don't want to be judged. I don't want to look weak. And I don't want them to use it against me. I don't want these people saying, oh, she borrowed $10,000 from me the other time. Yeah. Yeah, and now she's posting on Instagram in all pink outfit. No, she ain't got no money like that. But, they forget that it's, that time you were down. Maybe now you're doing okay and you can actually afford a pink dress. People like to talk, and that's just the life that we're living. That's just the world that we're in. So I get it. But still, sometimes you have to let loose, you guys. So, I say this to say, IPA independence, and I'm using the word IPA independence here because independence is good, but when it's IPA, anything IPA is not good. That's why hypertension is not good. It kills. Anything IPA is excessive, okay? So independence is good, but IPA independence, that's already going to the extreme. That's not strength, okay? But IPA independence is just fear dressed up as strength. I wanted to come on here and talk to you today. And for me, where my IPA independence stemmed from, mine stemmed from childhood trauma, being abused by family, also being sent to the boarding school and being abused even more. I went from being the nice little kid in GSS1. I went to school in Nigeria. I was born and raised in Nigeria. I went to boarding school. I was this nice little cute chubby kid coming in. I went to, I took part in Miss for One. We're gonna talk about my boarding school experience. That's a whole nother story. I went from this lovely little kid that some seniors wanted to, take in as their school daughter. And I went from being kind of popular from, entering the competition when you get into school, and to winning the second position, to being bullied. And it's a memory that I never want to really talk about, but at some point we'll get there. But this is where some of my IPA independence stems from, or stemmed from. When you're hurt publicly, you're publicly disgraced, like literally publicly disgraced. I mean, if any of my secondary school or high school alumni are watching this video, or went to boarding school together, or my my high school friends, they will probably remember what I'm talking about. But you know what's funny? Most of these people will not remember because they're not the one, they didn't go through this. I'm the one that went through the pain. I'm the one that went through the bullying. Most of these people are the ones that inflicted the pain, so they will not remember. I always say this. The bullies, they never remember what they do, but they will end up paying for it, I promise you guys. Full story time, much later. I feel like that deserves its own video. Ooh, probably multiple parts. So also, you know, I shared with you what hyper independence looks like for me, and sometimes that your hyper independence is, you know, if you're struggling to ask for help, you feel like you have to do everything all by yourself. You struggle to ask for help even when you need it. You know that you need help, but you just cannot ask for help, literally. Or maybe you have, an example is you literally have 1,000 groceries to pick up and you need to get a door. Someone literally offers to open the door for you and you're still like, no, I got it. Like, no, you don't. You don't got it. Let this person help you out, or let them help you get your groceries. This is just the smallest or the simplest, easiest example I can use. Okay, you also feel like you're burdening them just by needing something. This example is also a good one. You feel like this person is just going their way and you're just burdening them. You know, you don't want to stop them, you don't want them to miss something. They don't even have a flight to catch, so it's just they offer to help you. If it was an inconvenience, they wouldn't offer to help you. And in most cases, people offer to help because they see that you're in need, but you still reject them. These are signs that you're hyper independent, you guys. You also think that you have to do it all and everything else is weakness. You think you have to do it all. You have a whole list of things to do, or you have nothing. You're literally at the verge of being homeless, but you have a family, living life of luxury. And this is somebody that people that you feel like you've contributed in their well-being in one way or the other, you know, even if they're not obligated to help you. I don't know the best way to put this. They're your family. You've helped them grow. They are your blood. Even if they won't help you, if they don't know what's going on in your life, you could still reach out to them, because these people will move mountains for you. There are people that will literally move mountains for you. And if you have a good family, these are the people that will do that for you. You should be willing to talk to them. Okay? It's not a sign of weakness. This is when you need them the most. This is when you need them to come true for you. It's not you being weak. You're not a burden to them. You will never know if you don't ask. A closed mouth is a closed destiny. And lastly, you're afraid people will throw it back in your face. Let them. Let them. And to be honest, everyone has a moment. Everyone has gone through a moment of hardship in their life. And if someone raises up their hand and says, I've never had a hard time, then they're lying. They're bloody liars, okay? And call them out on their BS. Because I'm sure that someone at some point has had a downtime, has had a moment of hardship. So if they say, oh, she came here and she asked me for this the other time, I had to do it for her. So what? Why did you offer to help if you're still going to go around and talk about it? So what? Are you God? You have to remember that. They're not God. So what? They're not God. Okay? If that's going to save you from depression, from being a wreck, from being homeless, from literally dying, please ask for help. This is a very difficult or maybe a sensitive topic for me, because to be honest, a lot of people literally unalive themselves because of this, not being able to ask for help, because these things definitely lead to stress buildup, leads to depression, anxiety, so many things. It falls back on your mental health. It's hard, you guys. I've been there. I have gone through it. Maybe I still am going through it. I don't want to get I don't want to get to accuse me that I'm talking about this, but I have to, because the goal of this is to help somebody. There's somebody out there like me, and like I said, we're on this journey together, you guys, like it or not. So what I've learned, I'm starting to see that real strength isn't about doing it all alone. It's about asking for help. It's about having the courage to say, I can't do it right now. I can't do it alone. Or I can't even do it at all. I can't carry this by myself. I need help. And good people support you. They don't see you as weak. No. And healing isn't about being perfect. It's about trusting again. Trusting that people will come through for you. Trusting that the people that you've helped, the people that you have in your corner will come through for you. Always remember that you're never alone. I'm always there for you. And I'm sure you're always there for me. There's at least one person watching this video that cares genuinely about me. And you may not even know me. I would like to believe that. Recently, I've been practicing asking for little things. I have someone in my corner that literally keeps me grounded when I'm stressing out, calms me down. I ask for advice when I need it, emotional support sometimes. I feel like it's been helping me, so I wanted to share that. Those are the little ways that you can start relieving yourself of this hyper independence. It's scary every time, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes my voice still kind of shakes when I want to ask, and sometimes I overthink it. I type in like several messages, I delete them before I send them, but I still end up doing it because I know it's a step. But it gets easier. It definitely I feel lighter. And when you're being vulnerable, when you ask for help, it doesn't push the right people away. It only brings them closer. It brings the right people, the good people, closer to you. If people go away from you, that means they're not the right people. You don't even need them anyways. The trash took themselves out. See it that way. If you're tired of carrying everything alone or by yourself, you simply don't have to. Asking for help isn't a weakness, it's bravery. You're not a burden. You're just a girl. You're human. You're just a man. You're just a boy. You're just a child. You're just a woman. You're just a lady. And you deserve all the support that you can get. Okay? Never, ever, ever forget that. Are you an hyper independence person like me, or were you? Was there ever a time that you found it very difficult to ask for help? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful or if it resonated with you, also leave your comments down below. I would really like to know. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I would definitely really appreciate you. It supports me. And yeah, thank you so much for letting me share this with you guys. I don't think I had an intro, but I'm Elva Wendy or Elvira. And never forget, if you're on this journey, learning to trust, learning to ask for help, you're not alone and you're stronger than you know. So yeah, I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye now.